So right after I stopped the last play session, this fucking thing just fell out of space right next to my ship. So we've got a whole bunch of mechanoids, some of which I know are bad news. These centipede gunners. Oh shit, centipede burner. That's definitely a bigger problem. Fought against one of these things on a space platform a little while back, and a single shot from this gun took Cornbread down to like 50% health when he got hit by it. They suck in melee, so if I can get into melee, that kind of shuts them down. But at range, they are a major problem. My Frothfur guys are highly flammable, so you don't want to get hit by a mini artillery flamethrower piece. That's not good. Let's see, we've got some turrets. The main threat with these is just they have very long range. These little ones have a similar range, but they don't work as well at long range. Like, they can get lucky, but for the most part, they're going to be a up-close shredder type thing. Inferno turrets, so more flamethrowers. Well, it's like a flame bomb it shoots out, kind of like the thing that my, where is it? Scotty? No. Margarita. The armor that she has. How do I even get to it? Oh no, it's not even her. Jeez. Paul's got it. No, that's right. I gave the Pyromaniac the Pyro armor. That makes sense. Yeah, this Phoenix armor is the Flame Bolt Launcher. It's a one-shot thing that starts a fire. I got it on him. Even though my guys are very flammable, this armor gives flame protection, so that's a plus. I got it mostly to deal with hordes, but every time I've been attacked by zombies in recent history, which, you know, it's a thing, that's where most of these graves came from, they keep attacking during rainstorms, which, not ideal for stopping them with flamethrowers. This thing is also an issue. EMI Dynamo interferes with and shuts down electrical devices in nearby regions. So it's not just this map tile, but all surrounding map tiles. Powered devices will just stop working. And I paused as soon as this thing hit the ground. I don't know if it's activated yet. Looks like it probably won't be activated right away because there are proximity detectors. If I go to the world map, let's see, I think there's another one of these type deals over here. Yeah, so here's the tile that I'm on. You can kind of see the size of the tile versus, you know, like the size of the world. So, I mean, it is, one tile is very, very small. But these mech things affect a pretty large region around them. And while there's a lot of world, a lot of my Gravcore quests, which are important for upgrading my ship, have ended up popping up in this general area. And the desert isn't really somewhere I like to be, so I end up being in some of these forests around here. I don't really want to lose an entire chunk of forest that I can't really be in, so I'm going to have to deal with that thing. Like, there's one of my Gravcore missions I've got to do still. Like, I knocked up most of the other ones over here, so I could potentially just run away if I need to. That said, I did just get those Antigrain warheads. Pull one of those up. Yeah, these things. Ultratech warhead powered by a grain of antimatter. Usually used by spacecraft or glitter world war machines. Creates a huge explosion and starts fires around the target. Can be fired from mortars or installed as a trap, explodes when damaged. They've got proximity detectors, so I'm not going to be able to install it as a trap, but I might be able to just use my mortar over here on the back of the ship. This is the minimum range that I cannot fire in, but I can fire literally anywhere else. I might just try chucking an anti-grain warhead over here and just see what that does. Flamethrower unit. Oh, yeah, I think that's the play. I don't really want to deal with this. Oh, and this is making more centipedes. Alright. That's the unfortunate thing about Frothfurs, is they are very flammable. 400% flame damage. This armor that they're wearing, all the different ones, all this like power armor stuff they're wearing, isn't terribly flammable. Well, that's a bad example. Flammability's not very high, but just the initial hit itself is still flame damage, and they take a shitload of damage from it. So... all my shit's already powered down. Yeah, I gotta deal with it now. Because if I don't either kill it or run away, then all of my food will rot, because my freezer will not be powered. And I don't want that to happen. So I think I'll start by having everyone just eat food so they're prepared for some drawn-out combat. So I'm assuming when I hit that thing with anything, all those mechs are probably going to wake up and be unhappy if they are alive still. Squirrel's already well fed. Biscotti. Eat something too. Eject one of these anti-grain warheads. I'm just going to eject one. I'm going to keep the other ones in the shuttle and do these one at a time because I am terrified of these things. I really do not want it to get caught in the crossfire and just blow up a giant chunk of my ship. I very carefully laid out all my ship, and I don't want to have to rebuild it. Let's see. I'll have Biscotti eat something too. Just have everybody full so I don't have problems with someone starting to starve in the middle of a fight. Thorn is still recovering from having his legs stabbed off with a bow. Let's see. But he's basically at full health again, which is good because he has fallen way behind on his studies. And it's not ideal. This growth tier thing fills up over time, and the higher tier you get to, like it will fill up and then go to the next tier, fill up, go to the next tier, etc. The higher the tier you get to, the more options you have, and the more improvements you can make when they get to certain ages, as far as like getting skills and training and special traits and whatnot. So, for instance, right now, Thorn rather, has these passions for cooking, melee, and shooting, and this careful shooter trait, which makes him more accurate but take longer to aim. It's the same thing that Biscotti has, and what makes her such a good sniper. These are all from him getting up to a higher growth tier earlier, and I had a handful of options to pick from, so I'm trying to gear him up to be capable at fighting, and ideally be able to help Biscotti with some of the cooking tasks, because he does basically all the cooking, which is, fine, but sometimes she has other shit to do. Biscotti and Cornbread were also children that were raised on the ship, and they have a whole lot of passions and some positive traits as a result. So Biscotti's got this thing that makes her always more upbeat, which sounds minor, but it means that she can be in more unfortunate situations without having mental breakdowns, which is very useful. The great memory thing means that she can have a lot of different skills that she's utilizing, and the ones that she is not utilizing at that moment won't degrade as quickly, so she can kind of stay well-trained at more things with that. And then the careful shooter already said. You can see she's got a lot of different passions versus someone like All, who was not a child on the ship, but some guy that joined fairly early on. He's only got the 2 passions, and they're much lower. You can see down at the bottom there that the passions, having level 1 of a passion means that you will learn stuff at like the normal rate. If you don't have any passion for something, then you have a severe penalty. You only get experience in that at 35% the rate that you normally would. And if you have a burning passion, the 2 flames thing, then it's 150% layering speed. So it makes a huge difference in how quickly you can skill up at something, and ultimately, because stuff is always draining due to just forgetting it, a big difference in how high of a skill they can maintain as well. So definitely want him to be able to get back on track. Doesn't fall too far behind. If he got stuck with just this, he wouldn't be the worst, but he'd certainly be leaving a lot on the table. Thankfully, the next growth tier, he just had one. It was at 7. Or the growth moment, where that you actually like utilize the growth tiers to pick out passions and whatnot. The last one was at age 7. Next one is at age 10. And since he's a kid, he ages at faster than just a 1-to-1 rate, so it won't be as far of a time as it looks like it would be, but it will be some amount of time. Alright. Let's load this thing up with the Antigrain. Get Biscotti on that mortar. Stop the old attack. Old fire, because I want to do this carefully. And I don't actually know how big of a blast radius this thing is. I'm guessing pretty big. So probably would make sense to aim it like here. Rather than right on top of the building, try to catch some of these other structures to minimize how many of this other bullshits I've got to fight. Because if all the things die and the building survives, I can go in and mop up the building myself. Yeah, I think I'll set it here. Mortars, even if you've got someone who's really good at shooting, mortars have an approximate nature to their aiming. So hopefully that will that'll be enough. I think I'll have everyone else just get into fighting positions. Let's see, I think I'll have Sammy go back there. Larissa with her chain shotgun there. Sammy, I'm finding that with his minigun, even though he's got the opposite of careful shooter, he has this trigger happy trait. Makes him take less time aiming, but not have as much accuracy. Miniguns are not very accurate weapons. Despite that, though, I'm finding that he tends to work a little better with some range on him, just so that the shots can end up kind of like focusing more into a tight cone. Because if he's up close, the accuracy of the minigun is low enough where he will still get misses. And when he's really close, in order to basically force a miss, the cone gets incredibly wide. And he ends up just tearing up the walls to either side of him. Mal's got the SMG, so I think I'll have her a little closer. On the inside, Margarita. Set her up there. Squirrel with the hammer, definitely need her here. The Zeus hammer's got EMP on the attack, so it can help stagger any of those mechs that have to run in. Paul, another SMG, so I'll have him at one of the close positions. And Cornbread, hopefully you don't have some other disaster. Have him guard this other spot and be ready to set off these rockets if I need to. Oh no, I won't be able to use my rockets because they require power. Huh. Well, the mortar doesn't, so I can still use that. Thorn. He's set to only be allowed in the pressurized sections of the ship. Oh, well, that actually needs to be fixed. made some expansions to the ship and have not updated that zone. Let's see, expand ladder is pressurized. Here we go. You shouldn't really need to go back in these spaces too often. But he's not the only one that has this zone. I use it anytime I need somebody to just be in the safe part of the ship and not get out into this combat zone. Especially if I'm up in space and I don't want them to walk outside and die. Like my poor little saber cat was trying to do. Where even is saber or a slicer? There they are. They were trying to escort Biscotti when she was mining on an asteroid and was very quickly dying to vacuum because it's a cat, not in a spacesuit. Turns out that's not a good combo. Alright, shells loaded, everyone's in position. That thing's definitely already switched on. That sucks, but it is what it is. Fire at will. What do we got? Fire at will. Oh, okay. She's still aiming it or something. Possibly the cooldown from the last time I used it. There we go. Holy shit! Well, goddamn. That worked pretty well. These poor yaks. Wrong place at the wrong time. This was like, fuck! Oh man, these centipedes are tough. Wow, it even had an EMP element. Or maybe that was just that building exploding. That centipede burner's still alive, though. I don't love that. Presumably, my stuff will come back online, though, so I might be able to hit with the rockets when it's coming across. God, should I just hit him again? Let's see what they're doing here. They're coming in reasonably quickly. I might be able to hit him again. Fire up here, possibly? That guy will probably get to me first. I really don't want to deal with that. Oh, wait, come on. My shield might work. It lost some charge. No, I don't think it'll be able to fill back up enough, even if the power comes back on immediately. Fuck it. I've got mini nukes. I'm going to use mini nukes. Antigrain. I do find that name interesting. Ooh, it is kind of getting a little close for what it is. Oh, it's going to be like right on the entire inside edge. I don't really care if I blow up my rice field. I'm probably not going to be here that much longer. Oh shit, she's not going to fire it in time. Fuck. Okay, well, that's fine. Is my shield going to be available at least? Maybe? Because it'll block right along here, so if the centipedes get in here, probably be alright. Oh shit, I need to get an EMP launcher for Paul, potentially. I don't know if there's time. I just didn't play this well. Well, I'm gonna have Thorn not get in the fight this time, so I just get another leg stabbed off. I'm gonna have him just sit over here and be ready to trigger the shield if it is available, and have Biscotti Yeah, just come over here. I'm not really worried about these little guys. They aren't going to be a problem. It's this particular centipede that has me concerned. Oh, what the... Whatever, these are just trash weapons. I just had them there to get them out of the way. Get them out of my fighting hallway here. Speaking of which, might as well haul this guy out of the way. If too many things get in that hallway, they start stacking up and getting forced out into weird areas. Rather than my little kill box. And I'd rather not have that happen. So squirrel. Get that guy out of there. I might actually have biscotti. See if I can get a shot off on that thing. Power these up, because they are really slow. Melitor. Oh, he's going for it immediately. Cornbread at least has shield that might protect him a little bit. He got messed up last time, though. We'll see. Oh, there's the shot. Okay, looks like his shield protected him. But he needs to get back inside immediately. Okay, well, that helps. Oh, what are you doing, Cornbread? Oh, he's on fire. Fuck. Oh, I don't know if I have any control over him now. He's just in panic mode because he's burning. Oh, he's running right into trouble trying to get into the river to put himself out. Fuck. I should have had everyone spray foam on each other. Ah! Okay, his fire's out. He needs to get the fuck out of there before he gets shot again. That thing's lining up to fire. Uh-oh. Why is this on fire? It's not supposed to be on fire. It's not flammable. I guess it's just the fuel or whatever that comes in that shot. Hopefully it doesn't light my rocket turret on fire, because that will cause a secondary explosion that hopefully won't breach into here and set off the anti-grain warhead that's still in that mortar. Alright, Cornbread, get the hell out. Go! Alright, now everybody's going to just spray foam on everybody. Try to prevent that from happening a second time. That foam will stick on the ground and on the people for a little while to provide some amount of protection here. Let's see. Guess I just need to wait for that thing to get in here. God, I hate those things. They're just the biggest problem. Sammy, or no, Larissa. Larissa might be able to stun it. Stun. Yes, she can. Okay. Oh, Cornbread, what the fuck? Why do these hate him specifically? It's always him. I just need Squirrel to get in there and tie it up. Slicer. If I set his zone be allowed out there, he might be able to actually come in and rescue Cornbread. He's trained to try to drag people out of combat zones. Set my zone to home. See if it's in there. Okay, good. It's dead. Cornbread is somehow on fire. I don't even know how he's managing that. Margarita's got a fire popper. Paul does too. Okay, Paul, get up here. Pop that. Lots of fire foam. Squirrel, stun that fucker. Hopefully I don't get hit by too much friendly fire. Paul. Rescue cornbread. Paul's got pretty good medical training. Ooh! Okay. This is down. Squirrel, back to your spot. Oh shit, the rocket turret caught on fire. No. Shit. Mal. Get in there. Open it. Put the fire out. Okay. One less crisis. Centipede's coming in. That's okay. Squirrel is beat up. Left middle finger destroyed. I think it was from the last one. That's that. All those primitive guys. God, those Inferno cannons are just ridiculous. This is not ideal, but that's a problem that can be dealt with in a minute. I'm going to have him go back to being in the pressurized since Paul was able to do the rescue. Is Cornbread actually bleeding or anything? No. So he's not an immediate problem necessarily. God, he's at it rough. Poor dude. Paul back in here. Larissa ready to stun this fucking thing. Paul, you go there. Okay, Sammy. Pull it in. Right here, so that Squirrel can smack it. Larissa. Hit him with the stun. Don't let it do anything. Dead. Fuck you, Centipede. What's left? Looks like that's all the mobile units I've got to worry about at the moment. That's going to make another Centipede in 0.9 days. I've got some time to get over there and deal with that. The Inferno turret. Don't love it. But it's not in range of anything terribly important. And I have Biscotti get out here and start trying to plink at it with her rifle, because this rifle is incredible and her aim is incredible. She can actually outrange those turrets with this sniper rifle. This is a special sniper rifle I got from a mission, or a raid or whatever. And have everyone else come out and try to put these fires out. Margarita's got her flame popper. So she should be able to put most of this out, honestly. Yeah. Mal. Squirrel, I need you to go back and heal. Margarita, get over here to do more doctor stuff. You guys come up here. Cornbread can walk. He didn't take any permanent damage this time, did he? No. I don't think his bionic legs can take scars or anything. I guess he could have something on his torso. Or his nose. I can make a new nose. So I'm not worried about that. I'll just have to wait and see as these burns heal if they are going to scar or not. This guy in the social fight from the last play session is pretty beat up, but he's recovering. I won't be sad when he leaves. And this prisoner's just been kind of waiting to have more stuff done to him, so we'll see how that goes. Biscotti. Get a little bit closer. Where's this thing's range end? Just past the river. That should be safe. Yeah. Yeah. That should be fine. She's working on that. I guess these guys can come down through here. I'll have to contain that before it becomes a problem, but that should be plenty of time from now. Man, that rifle's been useful. This one's come across. I want to take this out before I've got another centipede to deal with. Good, good. Margarita, please help these guys. Actually, undraft. You guys can move up now. I shouldn't have line of sight if I'm over here. And Biscotti can start working on this other one from like right there, between the tree and the healing plant. Just hop over the river. Those jetpacks are just so nice. Oh shit, who has an angle? Oops. Back up a little bit. There we go. That should be safe. Have her focus this bigger turret. The other one's not as big of a problem at long range. And Larissa can potentially just smoke bomb over here to make this a little safer. Yeah. In fact, I think that's what I'll do. Because the turrets cannot see through smoke at all. It fucks up my guy's aim too. But they can at least still shoot, whereas the turrets can't at all. Sweet. Alright, not too bad. What do we got here? Plasteel, always welcome. Use a lot of that for bionics and... oh yeah, I gotta deal with this. A little bit of steel. Be okay on steel, but I'll grab it anyway. Free yaks. Definitely take some free yaks. Want to go back to space soon, so having more meat in the freezer is good. Not going to bother with these slag chunks because they're just going to be steel and there's no point. These, I think, might melt down into some plasteel, so I'll grab those. Definitely take some components. Those are always nice. Deconstruct these little mech nodes. I think they might have some components in them. Free badger, why not? Mal. They did break that shelf, but, you know, whatever. Mal can just rebuild it. It was just a little bit of wood. Bleh. Oh. Combat ends. Immediately drink beer. Perfect. Haul some of these yaks away before they start to rot. Alright, well that actually went pretty well. I'm going to eject that shell and put it back in the shuttle before I forget, though. That thing was very, very nice for just wiping out that building and doing heavy damage to everything else, because even with that, those fire blaster centipedes are just so goddamn dangerous. Oh, Thorn, right. Oh, you should probably get your mace. Just forget about him. Orders, sir! Standing by the shield generator. I guess Cornbread dropped his mace too. Scotty, bring it to your brother. Like my rice is ready to go. Oh, poor Margarita. Oh no, never mind. She had those sensory mechanite things on her for a while that were making her very tired. I don't know why she's so tired. I guess it's just been a busy stretch. Let's see. Mostly just doing this so that I don't forget. It's very easy to forget that someone doesn't have their weapon anymore and then have them charge into battle without said weapon. Have Margarita operate her little farming command here, harvest a little faster. Oh, which I mean immediately tend to Paul, who just doesn't want to be tended to, apparently. He's at night. I'll just have him fix himself. Take a penalty for self-tending, but it's such a minor injury that it shouldn't matter. I usually prefer to keep that off, though, so that if they do get a major injury, they don't just immediately tend to themselves with, like, a shitty bandage and end up running into problems because of it. Oh, he's learning some cooking. That's good. Just watching Biscotti get some stuff done. Where'd he go? Yes. Yes, watch Biscotti learn. In fact, I'm going to force Biscotti to keep working on this later into the night just to give him a little more chance. Oh, never mind. Guess he's going to learn some social studies from Sammy. Oh well. I'll just let her do her own thing. She's probably going to go to sleep. It's late and she's tired. Get rid of this zone. I prefer them to be over here, out of the way. This mech hive thing is, I think, the main objective for this particular playthrough, and I just recently detected it. It sounds pretty damn dangerous, though. Destroying it would shut down a lot of the mechanoids, which would be very nice, since they are so dangerous to me. I have the signal jammer already built. It's up here in Cornbread and Squirrel's room, so I can get to it. But it seems like it would make sense to try to get Thorn to be an adult before I go for that, just so I've got my full crew complement. I've got my ship set up for, you know, when I can fight defensively. Someone please put the shell away, goddamn. Making me old. I got the ship set up when I can fight defensively to mostly be set up for dealing with 8 combatants. And I've got 8 adults, but that means that if any one of them is out of commission, either because they're injured or if I've got them in one of my biosculptor pods, like healing up or age reversing or whatever fancy thing they're doing, I'm understaffed. So I'd like to have some amount of redundancy to be able to take a little bit of a hit like that. Someone please put this goddamn shell away. Mount Mal, she doesn't believe in hauling stuff. Larissa, get it done. Thank you. Change this back to explosive, because those are just kind of my general purpose. Quest expires in 24 hours. Take care of pet cow for 8 days. Must be kept in a bed because it's paralyzed. For unknown reasons, the cow has been targeted by a mechanoid hive. 2 raids of roughly this size, 12 lancers, 2 pikemen, 4 tesserons. I don't know what a tesseron is. I also do know, the last time I did one of these things where it said roughly this size, it was just all centipedes. So when they say roughly, I guess they mean very roughly. The oops all centipedes was rough. Like 8 of them. Honor would be nice. Sammy and Larissa are both up to maximum nobility rank. So they can't advance anymore, so I can't use the honor for that, but having some extra honor available would mean that if I'm calling in some of their little permit aid things, I'd have the option to spend some honor to call it in when the cooldown is not ready, as like a emergency backup. 5 advanced components is always nice. 1,000 gold is a lot of gold, but I don't actually know where I would keep all of it. I don't really use gold that often. Death rest capacity isn't super relevant for me. 1,000 plasteel. I do use a lot of plasteel. I think the honor is the better play, though, just to have that emergency. Because these things, these call-in aids are very useful. I can call in some temporary fighters that it doesn't really matter if they die, and if they get injured and I can save them, I can actually gain standing with the Empire. The airstrike thing is really nice, too. Or situations like the one I just dealt with. So I think I will make a pet bed. I guess in the hospital. Fabrics. I should have some leather. And those yaks. Yeah, I've got plenty of leather. This setup over here. A little in the way. I guess I can just keep it in their bedroom. Cow's gonna make a lot of mess, which isn't ideal, so probably better to keep it out of the hospital. Have Mal work on that. This guy is up and about, which means I might be able to put him on trial. Oh no, 7.5 days. I really want to keep him around that long? Could let him go. Get a little bit of standing with his faction, but I think his faction just literally hates me as much as someone can hate me. Yeah, negative 100. So, I don't think that would really matter. It would just get him out of my hair. Nah, I'll just hold on to him. Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna get rid of him. I don't want him to break out of the prison at an inopportune time. I don't really need more livers at the moment, so I guess he can keep his. Although, before I release him, can do a little bit of surgical practice on him. And take another kidney out without him dying. And then I can do some leg replacement practice. Yeah. I'll just give Cornbread a little bit more time to heal and then have him do a little bit of practice on this guy. Should be okay for at least like a day or two. He's working on that. Little setup is pretty nice just for trying to bunch things up for the rockets. A little tricky to use those things, but very nice when the situation arises. Get this machine table back online so I can shred these guys up for resources. In fact, have Larissa and Sammy focus on getting these out of the way in case I need to use my little tunnel here. Get these slag chunks out of the way. Oh, this is a Tesseron. Well, I mean, it died. I don't remember what its weapon was. It's not super descriptive when it's just body of a Tesseron. What's a Tesseron? I don't know. Find out yourself, I guess. Oh, I missed a component. Deconstruct, please. Squirrels up and about. Good, good. Middle finger being destroyed is not great, but because her other arm is a bionic arm, her manipulation works out to still being above average. I might just let that slide for now. I don't think she needs a new arm just yet. It'd be nice, but, you know, would be nice. Cornbread. His manipulation is good enough where he can do surgery. Get your mace. And get back to work. Remove this man's kidney, please. Good, getting the repairs in there. Success, +1 kidneys. Let me add it to my supply. Just to free up room on the shelf. Little body part shelf. This shuttle, it's great for trading, since I can have my main ship here and then send this little shuttle out to go and do some trading. But the big thing for it is that I can store a lot of stuff in it that would otherwise take up a ton of space on my shelves. It can only carry so much mass, so I do have to worry about just the weight of things effectively. Especially if I'm trying to trade, since I also have to include the mass of the pilot that's flying the shuttle. But for when they have a whole bunch of things with a small amount, like all these different textiles, even if I only had a single instance of each one of these textiles, they're still going to take up at least one spot on the shelf. So it's really nice for just kind of putting away a whole bunch of stuff like that. Or for storing things that are hazardous. Or I just don't want on the shelves, like some of these extra weapons that I have. I'd rather them not be on a shelf where prison break or a raider could potentially steal it and start causing problems. Looks like everything's back into good shape there. Cornbread's not quite at his maximum training for the day, so might as well work on some leg stuff. Some leg work, if you will. Replace this man's broken leg with a peg leg and then replace his good leg with another peg leg. Wait, why does Cornbread look so weird? Oh right, his bionic eye. It almost looks like he has a black eye now. Alright, get in there. Grab some wood. I love that they actually do need to use a piece of wood to make the peg legs. This guy should be moving out pretty soon. Both of them done? Not quite. Cornbread. Oh, there he goes. Working on the other one now. Good, good. Success. Did that max out his training for the day? Yes. So now that it's red, I know that he's learned as much as he really can. He can still keep doing more stuff and get a little bit of experience, but there's a pretty significant decrease once you've learned a certain amount in a given day. So you've got to kind of spread your training out. With that though, I might as well set this dude loose, I think. It'll be almost 7 days before I can put him on trial. And my guys get kind of upset if I just execute someone for the hell of it, so might as well just release this dude. I don't really want to deal with slavery. I don't think my guys like that anyways. Could pull some blood out of him. But I don't know. I don't think I need that. Just get rid of him.